confused at those days. Whenever people see him, he's just looking like, what's happening? What's happening? You ask his cousin.
I was confused. I was just trying to learn things. Jeez, what do you mean?
Did you learn?
Yeah. From the evidence you have seen today, didn't I learn?
No, I mean, did you learn the traditional things?
Yes. I mean, how many people have I taken to the village? How many marriages have I conducted? Come on, don't insult me.
Oh, share Baba, sorry.
And my friends, they helped. I think amongst all my peers then, I was like the first to really get into the marriage scene. So I was really quite young then, and they rallied around me, were like, how could we help? What support do you need? And I was like, no matter what happens, I'm just going to do this in a very tight scale, according to what I can afford. I'm not going to be pressured by anything. And I told my wife, see, listen, we're just going to do it on our own terms. I'm a first son, I know what is expected of me. You're a first daughter, I know what is expected of us. But then, let us do this on a very low profile. Because right now, I cannot afford to give you a wedding and go hungry. Do we understand each other? And she agreed.
And I agreed. And I relayed the message just that way to my people, to my mother and my elder brother. I told them, look, this young one is not working. It's not going to be easy. You have to bear with us, please. You know everything. And my mother said, all right, let him come. Let's arrange. And he came and we kept on writing and writing and writing. And so many traditional things to be done. But that's by the way. So when it came to the things like decoration, food, my mom took up the food, everything about the food, my mom took it up. My mother-in-law got some things and sent it down to Owerri. So my mom took care of the food, cooking, and everything. Then the decoration. I don't know, I'm laughing. We used my mom's wrapper. We couldn't afford anything. We couldn't afford any sort of, even the cheapest decoration, we could not. So my sister-in-law and I, and some of my friends, used my mom's George, her wrapper, and co. And I don't know how they twisted and made a little thing. I think we had one or two canopies.
You will see some pictures.
And we put it there because that's it. And then the cake, my sister-in-law, she did the cake for us because that time I think she was into catering, baking for us. What a very beautiful cake she did for us. We're going to be inserting the pictures. And but my makeup, my friend, she did my makeup. Another friend, all for free. Another friend tied my gele. You know, managed to even get my clothes sewn, had to outfits. With little drops of effort here and there, it formed a very beautiful occasion. You know, it was beautiful. His friend did a DJ, an MC, everything free. Everybody knew that. And I'm sure that half of the guests that came there, especially those from my side, those that knew my dad, my family, they were like, why? Why is she getting married to this man? What's happening? I could see it on them. They didn't see people's faces. I could see it in their faces. Like, what's happening here? And that chief, as in, why this man? Why? They're just wondering. But in all, my husband held me. We held ourselves. He held me the way he held me that day. Like this.
Oh well.
But it's true now.
Yeah.
And you're scared tonight.
Scared? You know it takes
scared.
It takes a lot to get me scared.
But why you okay? Maybe it's not. But then if I look at it, oh my baby. So that was how we got through the day. People turned up. We had a very big ceremony. Our wedding album, we brought it here to the UK with us. Both our white wedding, our traditional marriage, and our hot marriage. We brought everything. We carry our memories along with us. Photography. It was the sister that brought someone, right? Just a token we gave the guy, and he did a very good job. That was how we covered even the video coverage. It was just a very little but satisfying event.
It was great. Although we did have some challenges.
Are you saying so? Everything was a new challenge. Everything was a new challenge. Everything.
So, and how we managed to overcome those challenges, I think is what set the tone for how our marriage operates. When we talk about the traditional rites, at some point, the elders, they wanted to frustrate my effort, because although the family directly were very supportive, but there was an extent to what they could do and they say they had, because people believe in a sort of way that the child is a community investment. The child is a community-owned asset or individual, because you have to satisfy the youth, you have to satisfy the women, you have to satisfy the men, and in doing all this, there can be conflicts of interest, there can be clashes, there can be sides that you do not want to get into. But compromise always helps. You get, compromise always helps. One thing I pride myself to be is, I like to see myself as a master strategist when it comes to compromise. And my uncle, the one that said that, told me the list.
Right.
The list is alright. When it was now time to deal with the elders, and I told him, he said, this list is alright, Abi. Come and stand in front. So when he came, and he too is someone that he knows how to use diplomacy in dealing with people. So when I came to him, I told him that, okay, fine, I've raised up some money that I believe should cover for the list. This is what I want to do. I want to go get these things and this. Now I told him, wait, there are some of the things in this list that are like people centered. He said, "Omenala Igbo ebe niile dị iche iche mana ha kwụ ụkwara ọwụrụ ofu ihe." That is to say that different places have the way they do their own, carry out their own traditional norms. But at the end of the day, when it all comes down, it is actually the same thing. Now, some of these things are people-centered, and where I'm going to marry, they have a market there. I should take the elders or the youths, whoever they're going to send, to go with me and buy those things. The things that are for the women, I should take the money, give to my in-law to give to the women and settle them. I said, okay, is that how I should do it? He said, yes. Let them use their own hand and do what they want to do as it concerns them. You get me? I said, fine. I took the advice and we went to the market. We went to buy yams. This one is very funny. We went to buy yams. I think the yams were, 15 or 20. My God. The yams. One of it, I can't even carry them. You can imagine a yam that they had to put 2 in a barrel for somebody to push. To tell you how big they were and how long they were. These were the yams that we appointed, negotiated, and paid for that. It now came to the goats. Normally I grew up in the north, so there's no goat you want to show me that I have not even seen. But my dear people, the goat I saw there, that thing is cow, it's small cow. There's no other things the goat. But lo and behold, it was a goat. When they pointed this and they were telling me the amount of it, I was like, cookie me. But at the end of the day, I didn't have a choice. I wanted to pluck this flower. By all means. And we negotiated and I paid for it. When we came back to the village, because coming back, the goat is very important because you have to buy it. There is no way you can skip it. You just have to buy it. And when we came back, the youths and the elders, they gathered around, they killed the goats, and they made pepper soup, and they shared it, and whatever they were eating. And they were like, I'll come and eat. I said, if I stand the people,
Really?
I stand the people. I just said, no, I have other things to do in town that I need to get going. I left them there. They were enjoying themselves and everything.
You have to marry your daughter now.
I left them there and I headed them. I was happy they were happy anyway. I headed back to away.
Another thing that happened on that traditional marriage day, on my traditional marriage day, was the lateness. Already, Jesse, his father, his uncle, they were already there doing the whole traditional rites, paying the bride price, the negotiations, my brothers, my own uncles, everybody was just. But the time for the ceremony starts, the time for the ceremony was put for 2 o'clock. We didn't see anybody. Because Jesse's people had to come. One of his uncles had to bring them. We didn't see anybody. 3 o'clock. I asked my cousin, please make sure and check if Jesse is even there. Let us know if this is his plan with these people. Because I was not understanding again. He said he's there, his father is there. Okay? 4 o'clock, not till 5, almost 5:30 6 o'clock, that was when the boss came with his people and everything. That was when the ceremony started. And I had already prepared myself. My makeup was done, my friend had already done my gele, everything. I was going to dance my Ada second, yeah, Ada. This is what happened. Why the lateness? Are you worried?
You're asking me, was I not there with you?
I have to ask now.
Yeah, it was a crazy situation because it was something that was actually out of my control. Because for me, I'm someone who likes to plan ahead, and for something like that to happen, it was a very bad situation. And all this time, we finished the whole negotiation, paying the bride price, everything on the list was done at that moment. My friends from school had arrived, my maternal home, they've arrived. It was now my people that had to come. And they were coming with one of my uncles and my mom. My siblings had already arrived at that time.
Yeah, they were there helping with the arrangement and everything.
She was worried. At some point, I think you began to cry.
You know, we didn't have any sort of lightning or decoration or anything. It was already getting dark. I was going to dance. I mean, I don't know.
So at some point, and another funny thing was the clothes I wanted to wear was there. They had to bring it.
Oh!
They had to bring the clothes I wanted to wear. So there was no way I could even start the thing. My attire, everything was in the house. So I had to wait for them to come, and they came around past 5. So when they came, the ceremony started. We did everything. We always encourage people to do things according to their means.
Yes.
Do it for yourself. Like, even though we didn't even have anything, my God, we try as much as possible to look good. Take pictures for the memorable day. We did it all about us. Even after fulfilling the things on the list, we did everything there about us. And even when we now had a little bit of resources to do the white wedding, we still did it according to our own terms.
We're going to talk about that in another video. It's a long video.
So we did that in our own terms. So we always encourage people to get to do that because it's your memories, and sometime along the line you're going to look back at it just like we're doing now. You get 9 years isn't 9 days. We've walked from that point to this time, and we still look back at it every year. We laugh about things that happened that day. So, and everything went well, and I took my flower home that day.
And when he took me home to his hometown, I was scared for one reason. He's from Njaba, and I know if you've heard about the Njaba, aka Njaba, the snake. And they said when a new bride comes home, the snake will have to come and visit. I said, Jesus, you want to be? Come, let's go. The snake will come. I dragged him everywhere. I went for the 3-4 days we stayed there before we left. Oh my God, I was so scared. But baby, is that real?
According to them, it's real, yeah.
Well, have you seen it before?
For brides and when a new baby is born.
Have you seen it before?
I've not. But
have you guys seen it before?
People who grew up in.
You see, it's a very big snake, and that if you kill it by mistake, you bury like a human. There's so many superstition around it, but I was scared because I'm not about to see any snake come and welcome me. Then you can imagine my horror. Like, so I'm going to stand and the snake will just come and circle me. They're welcoming me. Hey. People will carry me back to my village.
She can't even hold a fowl.
No. I thought we moved past that.
Yeah? Doesn't mean I cannot hunt you with it.
I wasn't about letting any snake come close to me. They're welcoming me where? Until stay outside, uncle. Male or female. So I was so scared. And I had to tell him my fears that time. Because when the car was on, he could say I wasn't comfortable. I'm like, don't understand. He said, don't worry. When we got there, it was okay. My mother-in-law made sure I was so comfortable.
Why we're sharing this is so young couples can see some of the struggles, and I believe it is very relatable because everyone at some point went through this. And finance, as regards marriage, is a very, very delicate subject that people like to say, oh, we don't have any financial problem. We agree on finance. No. You have to talk about it because at every point in time in your life, in marriage, the financial problem you get changes. At this point, it was we doing something that it wasn't just for us, but for the community aspect. And we had different families. We dated for a while, but it doesn't negate the fact that we have a family who we have known before coming together. And with this, you should not, for any reason, throw your partner under the bus.
Yes.
No matter the kind of pressure you feel. So if you both agree on something, you go back to your families, you should be able to protect your partner where your family is. Because for anything you do that your family begins to disrespect your partner, they disrespected you by extension.
By extension, yeah.
So you should be able to protect them. Protect their interests whenever they're not there. And in times like this, when people are planning or doing this, if you have agreed with your partner or your husband that this thing is something you cannot do, or this is the budget you have for this thing, except the fact that you are having any additional thing, or someone is gifting you to do that thing, you let them know that pure and clear, this is what you can afford, and this is what you're doing. Because you don't want to put yourself under pressure, because when that thing has been done, the pressure you might feel, or how the person is going to look at you, you might not tell there and then.
Yeah,
and
it has actually affected a lot of marriages.
Yeah, and some people might just keep it in their minds and be like, oh, is this what's happening? Which I don't subscribe to. Whatever you feel in a relationship or in your marriage, you should trash it out there and then. You should not let it build barriers where you cannot know where to distinguish where the problem started from.
Yeah.
So protect each other when it comes to your individual families. I know I'm not saying families don't love you. Your families love you people, but then it is the two of you that have decided to come together to do this. So that is.
And when you protect your partner, it increases their confidence in you. They know that, okay, fine, my wife got me, my husband got me, and whatever is happening in the house, I know my wife will defend me over there.
True.